Hey guys, how's it going? I still haven't got a tripod, but we're gonna hopefully have one by next week. We've just been busy. Life's been super busy. I know, end of the year for everyone, things get a little hectic. So I'm gonna talk about two things today that I think go hand in hand, that a lot of people don't put them together, right? You have the people that do goals, and then you have the people that work on their self-image. And with the new year coming, I know a lot of you guys are going to have goals that you really want to achieve. And that right there is the prime example. See how I said goal, achieve? That's what I want you to write down right now. I am a goal achiever. You're going to change your mindset from I'm going to set goals and try to achieve to I am a goal achiever. That's the first thing. Second thing is your self-image. You're never going to achieve more than you feel about yourself. It's a fact. You can look up any scientific study. I don't care where you go to find this information. Your self-image controls everything, because you won't take the action because you're not vibrating high enough, right? You only take action to where you vibrate. And I don't want to get into all of that at this very moment. We can definitely do a video on vibration and how the mind works, and right, thoughts go out, come in. Well, we can do another video, but today's going to be about becoming a goal achiever. And I've talked a little bit in the last couple weeks about, and you're going to find this as a common theme with me, you need to write down. You're always going to be writing down and circling something, right? Because writing causes thinking. Thinking causes images. If I say cat, you don't see the word C-A-T in your mind. You see a picture of a cat, right? That's one of the best gifts we've been given, is imaging. Our thoughts are images. So with that aside, I know you want to achieve goals, but you have to work on your self-image if you really want to become a goal achiever, right? I had to do it. Everyone who's achieved things that I find interesting or I look up to, they're either conscious about it or they're unconscious. Now, we call them unconscious competence, or the people that achieve things, but they can't explain how they're doing it, because they're doing what I'm talking about, they're just unconscious about it, right? What I'm telling you is you can become a conscious competent. You can have the tools and techniques to do it knowing, and not only are you going to be able to achieve more, you're going to be able to explain it to your children, your friends, your family, right? That's the difference. What's the point of being super successful if you can't articulate how you do it to your children, right? Those are unconscious competence. They have great results, but they don't know how they're doing it, right? So I really feel it's important to reiterate how important it is to write things down. I mean, habits are huge, and you know that. I talk about them all the time. The main part about a habit is you're not going to ever be able to replace a negative with a positive if you don't make sure that what you're replacing it with is a positive. Because if you're just trying to get rid of a negative habit, another negative habit will take its place. Nature abhors a vacuum. This is science. Like, I'm more spiritual. I love the universe, but even the scientific community knows this. If you're trying to get rid of a negative habit and you're putting all this effort and time in without replacing it with a positive habit, you will just unconsciously put another negative habit in there. So I want you guys to look back at the last couple of years and really think about goals you've set. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now because I've studied the human for 7 years now, and I know that 3% of people actually take action. And so I can guarantee that 97% of people stopped doing their goals by Valentine's Day. They set a goal January 1st, and by Valentine's Day, they weren't even doing it anymore. This is why I get kind of emotional, because you think you're doing something wrong. You're not. You are programmed genetic and environmentally. Who around you is achieving goals? If you're not around people that are achieving goals, all they do is talk about things that they want to do, but they never get started, or they do get started and 72 hours later they're not doing it anymore. It's not that there's something wrong with them or you or me or whoever's doing this. The problem is you've never been taught properly how to set goals and how to achieve them. And it all ties into your self-image. So it doesn't matter. You can try to will yourself into, I want to make $100,000 a year. You can write it down every day. You can think about it all the time. But if the feeling deep down inside of you is that you don't deserve that, it's not going to happen. This is where I think so many people get this wrong. They set these goals and they want to be a goal achiever, and they have good intentions, and they want to help people, and their goals are good things for humanity. But they get frustrated because nothing ever starts to change. You have to change what's going on inside of you. You have to. And once you start to figure that out and start doing that, you're going to start noticing that some of these goals that you've even forgotten about, that you've written down, start to happen. Because you got the stuff out of the way and things start to flow. Little things, you start reflecting back. You always have to be reflecting back. Even Steve Jobs said, you can't connect the dots looking forward, but you can look and connect the dots going backwards. That tells you you're on the right path. So once again, I'm going to ask you guys to write down the goals you're going to achieve this year. And then I'm also going to have you write down, what habits do you think you need to change that aren't serving you? Right? What were the things growing up that were said all the time around you, and how people feel and think, that you just unconsciously accepted, and now that's one of your beliefs? But if you want to make $100,000 a year, you're never going to do it if you don't feel like you deserve it. So write down, I am a goal achiever, and then underneath that write down self-image. And then on those goals, write them out and keep writing them every day. Right? Start that habit while you're working on the habit of changing your self-image. Right? Like when I started, I spent 6 years studying under people that had things that I was interested in. And they taught me all these things about how to achieve goals. But there's still this one thing called the terror barrier, right? When I wanted to create this channel, I was stuck in the terror barrier. I wanted to do it, but then all these limiting beliefs would come in. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I didn't go to college. All these other people, they have more information. What if people don't resonate with me? So you have to just take action. And once you start taking action, you'll start seeing that, I'm getting better. I'm getting views. I'm getting, right? This is just so that you can understand like what I had to go through, right? But to sit here and just keep talking about doing this channel, that's what most people do, right? They keep kicking the can down the road. They keep thinking they need to watch more videos on how to give presentations or explain things, or they read more books, right? They never actually just dive in, sink or swim, right? You only fail when you quit, right? In a year, I'm going to be way better than I am right now. In 5 years, I'm going to be a master. Like, I know that. I've done enough work that I have self-confidence now, and I know, even though these sometimes limiting beliefs will try to crop back up, you just reject them. I don't accept that. I don't accept that. I don't accept that. Right? I have information that can help millions of people. That's what I want to do with my life. I want to help other people achieve the things in their life that they want to achieve. And by doing that, you have to change your habits. And all we are, and I've said this before, is patterns that we've had since we were programmed by the time we were 7. The same patterns over and over and over and over. Look back at your W-2 from 2 years ago, 3 years ago to this year. There's not going to be that much difference. Right? Because that's what you believe. You believe that's about where you are. If you guys want to really, like, we can dive into cybernetics, right? Cybernetics is basically how the military invented autopilot, because they studied the human enough and they understand that there's just something going on in a human. Some people get plastic surgery and it changes their self-image. Some people get plastic surgery and there's no change emotionally. They're still seeing the scar or whatever it is that they wanted to change, right? They can't get past, even though they don't physically see it anymore because it's been removed. And this is called cybernetics. And what happens is, look at your thermostat. This is how it was explained to me. If you set your thermostat at 70 and you sit down and read a book and someone opens up your front door and you're unaware and it's in November or December, pretty soon you're going to feel a cold draft. And you're going to walk over to the thermostat and it's going to say 65 degrees. And you're going to be like, how's that possible? Right? And you're going to look and see the front door's open. You're going to shut the door. Now what a thermostat does is the same thing we do. It has a set goal, 70. It notices a deviation, it kicks on, it brings the room temperature back up to 70, and then it sits at that goal. That's the same thing that happens to us. We make $60,000 a year. That's our belief that that's what we're worth. We might get a bonus, get an opportunity to make more, but our cybernetic mechanism kicks in and says, hey, we're off course, need to deviate, so you'll self-sabotage. This happens in weight loss all the time. This is why I don't believe in diets. You cannot be on a diet. You have to change your lifestyle. People are spending billions of dollars a year on weight management, never going to the cause. You think if you just believe that you weigh 200 pounds and you go on a diet and you start to lose weight, your cybernetic mechanism kicks in. Hey, we're off course. You don't believe you're 180 pounds. You believe you're 200. Boom. You're unconsciously going to start eating donuts and all these things that you don't want to do, that you're trying not to do, and you're going to be right back up to 200, and then you're going to feel good again. But to get to all of that, you have to start in the beginning. You have to do the hard work. You have to set goals, and you have to work on your self-image. And they're perfect together, because a strong enough goal will make you, once you're aware that you need to change your self-image, it'll help you take action on changing your self-image. So once again, I'm just going to ask if you could please leave a comment on what it is you need to do, or trying to do, or would like to do. 3% of people make committed decisions. This is just a fact. You're always going to have 90%, 97% of the population and 3% of the population. The 3%ers are the ones that set goals, read books, change their lives, and are successful in whatever you want. Success doesn't mean money. If you're rich and miserable, you're not successful in my eyes. So you make that distinction, but 97% of people will just stay the same, right? Because that's their environment. Once you change some things, you're not going to fit in that environment, and it's uncomfortable. I want you to change. I'm here. We are here creating this channel so that you have someone in your corner. You don't have to worry about my friends, my mom, my dad, my brothers, whoever it is, right? Don't go tell them your goals. Never tell people your goals. You set your goals in faith, knowing that if you write it enough and you think about it enough, things are going to start to happen. You're going to unconsciously start to have to change your self-image. Just look back along your life, right? You started something, a new job. You were scared. You had to do it. You had to walk through the terror barrier. Pretty soon, you learned all the skills that you needed to be good at that job, right? It's the same thing, right? We'll do things for money, but we won't do things to better our own lives, right? I mean, I wish we had trillions of dollars and we could pay everyone $1 million to change their life, because it would help everything. Unfortunately, even given free information to an extent isn't the best thing, because you don't take it seriously. When you pay for something, you're more likely to put more effort in because you spent money on it. So right now I'm just giving free information. I really hope that you guys take some action on some of these things. You start to find some books, right, on setting goals or achieving goals, or changing your self-image, or I've said this so many times, leave questions. I will answer them. I will draft you your own personalized journal. You know what I mean? I have my journal, and I hope that you guys guaranteed change your life. You do my journal, your life will change. It's a fact. You will be a better person. You will start to have synchronicities happen in your life, and things will start to change. Now you compound my journal with some of the information I'm giving you, and you have a free tool right now to just write out anything that you need help with, and I will give it to you. So I'm going to do a couple more videos today. I know you want to change. I know that you just aren't aware of how to. And so how can I help you become aware of the things that you need to do to change? Leave a comment. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.